Well, hello, my loves, and happy Sunday to you. One more great adventure. Well, not one more. Let's just hope for adventures all year long. And this is just adding to the book of curiosity for me this year. So, this week I'm working from another encyclopedia from Uppercase, and that is my inspiration. I can't wait to share with you. Every single one, I say it, feast for the eyes. But if you guys do not have inspiration books like this or any of the ones that I've been working from, I encourage you to do so because it just helps. It helps you when you're stuck or when you're wanting to experiment. So anyway, okay, so the stencils that I use today will be on sale this week. The supplies that I use today, which are going to be a lot, will be listed on the blog, and the link to the blog is down below in the YouTube description box. And then for members, of course, you have it all there in the membership along with the breakdown afterwards. So also for this week, when you see this video, my newest workshop, Expressive Florals, will be out and available, and it just is good for the soul. So we start small, we create intuitively, we get some instruction on layering and that kind of thing, and then we move our way up to adding a few more things and a few more elements and a little bit bigger. And then we go for the gusto and we create this beauty. And this is one of my favorite ways to create florals, and so I just had so much fun. It's very, very easy. I walk you step by step through each process, and so I go over everything thoroughly for you. So this is now available for you at early bird pricing, so I hope that if you're interested, you take a look and maybe it will be good for your soul too. Couple things, one other thing before we dive into this. I have construction happening at the house. There's no way that I can control it. So it is what it is. This is real life. This is how it happens. Nothing is perfect over here. So we will just have to deal with a few things. Hopefully not a ton, but we'll see how it goes. All right, love. So let's take a look. So I have my journal out here and it's ready to go. I'm going to be creating in my journal. This is the book of art supplies, and I just go back to thumb through it, if nothing else, for just the visual, the color. I mean, just the cover itself. I mean, it just makes me happy. Oh my goodness, all the different things in here and all the different types of supplies, including handmade scissors and handmade inks and handmade watercolors and handmade pens and all of those kinds of things and those who create them. And then different types of artists using different types of products. So this is encaustic flex, which I'm not doing encaustic today, and different brushes and all the things that I just love. So there's even I don't think I have it highlighted, but there's a gal in here who crochets onto actual real leaves. It's phenomenal. So anyway, what I have decided to do is pick out my favorite supplies from the book and create with them today, all in this one page. And these are supplies that I don't typically put together, and I'm throwing caution to the wind and just going to go for it, and I'm going to do my journal intuitively and let it be what it is, because this goes along with my quote and inspiration as well. So I want to just turn to a couple of the pages here. So this is Drew Steinbrecher. I took his Collage Makers course, gel prints, and he's the best. So I'm going to include a gel print, and when I say a gel print, I mean one, because there's a lot of things that I've chosen and I can't Otherwise, I'm going to have one big giant, I'm not even sure. So my supplies, while I'm using a lot of different ones, I've chosen like 3 colors or 2 colors or that kind of thing. So I'm limiting myself to, you know, the amount of the supply that I use. Soft pastels, of course. That's just a, let's see, okay, I got them marked here. Watercolor. There's so many beautiful watercolor artists and creators. Oh my gosh. Oh, yum. Jeannie Oliver, she's fantastic. Watercolors, then let's see. Pencils. Throw a few of those in there. Oil pastels. These are oil pastels, which I don't use very often. I have them out. I've chosen like 3 colors. Let's see. Let's see if I stick to that too. Of course, acrylic paint, acrylic inks. Those are my standbys. What is this one? Collage. Watercolor. I'm going to use some watercolor today. I hope it works. I have all kinds of ideas. We will see. Last week's project was crazy town, but I loved it. Crayons, watercolor crayons, those kinds of things. Water-soluble crayons, I should say. This looks like regular old Crayola crayons, doesn't it? I have a few of those. I just got some. Okay. What else? Where is it? Stencils. And I think that's it. So let me look. I made a list. Acrylic, pastels, watercolor, ink, stamps. That was it. One of the other things I saw in here were stamps. I don't have a lot of stamps, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to be using. Gel prints, stencils, crayons, markers. There was a section on markers in here, pencils, and collage. Okay, so now I have some markers out here. I have some Big Daddies, and I have some regular. These are my Poscas. I've only chosen 2 colors in the big ones, and I'm only allowing myself a couple of colors of each. I've got my pencils out here. These are my soft pastel pencils. I've got my Neo color crayons out here, and I was going to choose a couple colors. I'm not exactly sure yet. I have some oil pastels out, and these are kind of just a few colors. I have soft pastel sticks, and I have my pan pastels, and I think I'm only going to use this color, 2 darker colors in here, and then some color. And then I have a gel print that I pulled from the pile. I have some collage material, and I have some scrap piece of paper because I'm going to be creating my watercolors on that, I believe. I have some acrylic wash and some just regular acrylic paint. I have nickel azo gold. These are, look at my 3 colors, magenta, teal, and this is Prussian blue. I might switch this to Payne's Gray. We'll see how, once I get going. I also have some matte black paint, acrylic paint, and just some white gesso. Dogs are just going nuts upstairs. It's like crazy town in here. And then I have my watercolor. So acrylic, pastels, watercolor, inks. I have a couple of colors out here, just a couple, orange and some deep violet. And then I have some sepia. I did get this new color of Payne's Gray. I might have to try that. Let's see. Crayons, markers, pencils, collage. Okay, those are the supplies that I will be using. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put my collage material down with a glue stick or with matte medium, just because I'm using so many different kinds of things. Like if I'm using water-soluble products and I start slapping on matte medium, what will that do? Should I seal it first? And most likely what I will do is once I do a layer that happens to be water soluble, and I'm going to kind of go back and forth between those layers, I think, I will seal it with some either matte medium or most likely, especially when I go to use my pastels, I will seal it with some clear gesso. I'm going to start my journal page it's not prepped, it's raw paper. And I want to do that for my pan pastels and that first layer of pastels. And I can kind of seal that if I need to, and then start layering on top of that. Oil pastels work differently with acrylics, and that's okay. This is my journal page. This is about having fun and playing and learning. That is the point. This is how we learn, is by trying all the things. So that is my ideas and my inspiration, and this is going to be fun and intuitive. Oh, the other thing, I forgot. I have some stamps. So I'm going to be doing some lettering in my stamps. And these, I forgot I had these. Some of these, I mean, they were pretty dusty. A couple of the things that I pulled out. These are vintage stamps. I wished I'd remembered these last week when I was doing all the fonts, but I did the fonts in gel prints, which I love anyway. So, and I also have a variety of like smaller ones. So most likely my idea is to stamp onto tissue paper and then put the tissue paper down. That's how I'll do my quote. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't think I have anything else. Okay, so that's my crazy idea for today. And I just want to let loose. I want to just let loose and not think about the outcome. And sometimes that's really hard as I'm filming for you. But I really want to drive home the point of play and experimenting, especially if you are having a hard time creating. And that could happen for multiple of reasons, whether you're going through hardship or whether it's just a dry spell, or maybe you're working through some things, or maybe you're hurting, or all of those kinds of things. This kind of play really, really jumpstarts so many things. And letting go of the outcome is how you do that, how you get past that block, that blank page. Who cares? And so my quote, that I have all these different quotes that I screen capture, and I tuck them away, and I bring them out and look through each one. And this one says, I just want to make beautiful things even if nobody cares. Nobody cares. What if nobody cares? And most of the time they don't. Who are you creating for? You. You're creating for you. And why are you creating? Is it, again, like, are you dealing with something? Is it because this is something that you're passionate about? Is this something that you've got to get out and get on this page so that you can heal? Why are you creating? And who are you creating for? Those are the two questions I want to ask you today, and I want to ask you to let go. Make beautiful things or make messy, messy things for you. Even if nobody cares, it's for you. And that's today's page. This page is for me. I'm just happen to bring you along for the ride. But do it for you. And week after week, I hear I'm stuck, and I get it. I get it 100%. And people are hurting and healing, but I wish I could just tell you to just grab a crayon or a supply that you haven't used and just scribble on the page. And that's what I'm going to do today. And I have no idea how it's going to turn out. I have no plan. I'm just going to go with it because nobody cares. This is for me. It's for me and my well-being. And I want that for you too. So get your journal out and scribble along with me. Make a beautiful mess for yourself because this is truly for you. All right, my loves. I'm just gonna go to town and just get it all out and make a mess, and hopefully, it'll be something that I'll be happy with, but even if it's not, it was worth it. Every single minute, because it's good for me. All right, my loves, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I hope it's restful and peaceful. I hope you have a chance to look at the new workshop, Restful and Peaceful, and I hope that you always, always know that you are loved.